Hi, let's work on a pro forma income statement application now. So I picked this application to work on because everything else up to this point are very easy applications on production requirement or sales forecast, and I will assign those for you to work on your own. So let's see. This particular application asks us to calculate cost of goods sold. So we have last year we have this business has an inventory of 450 units. So that's going to be the beginning inventory that we are going to use in our calculations. And that was the cost per unit was $22 to produce. Then now moving into this period, new production, the business produced 800 new units and the new cost per unit was $25. You see we have an increase in cost per unit. It is normal when the raw material, the labor costs go up. So assuming this business sold, so those are the units sold, 800 in that period. What was the cost of goods sold assuming FIFO inventory? So with FIFO inventory, first in, first out, it means that we sell this old inventory first, 450, and then total units sold is 800. So 800 minus 450, that's 350. We are going to sell from the new production of 850. So this is what we are going to do here. We do old inventory, we sell this 450 units first. This is what FIFO does. At old cost per unit, 22. And then that's the total cost for the old inventory. And in new inventory, 800 minus 450, 350 times 25, the new cost per unit, 8750. So total cost of goods sold is 18650. That's pretty straightforward, right? Let's do another one that involves ending inventory as well and gross profit. 11, you are going to do 13, the same we did 11. So let's work on 14 then. Here we have to calculate gross profit and ending inventory. So this business produces a product with these cost elements: raw material, labor, overhead, total $12 per unit, cost of production. Beginning inventory was 5,000 units, and now this new period, 15,000 units were produced. And for the new production, material cost is $10 per unit. So instead of 6, it went up. It's more expensive. The cost of labor and overhead stays the same. So the total cost per unit would be 10 instead of 6 plus 4 plus 2. So that's going to be 16. Remember that. We are going to need that. And then Convex uses FIFO inventory. So again, we sell the old inventory first. Assuming that the business sold 17,000 units sold, again, we need to know that. We have to calculate gross profit first, gross profit, and then we are going to calculate ending inventory in dollars. Let's think it through before we actually go into applications. That's the way to do it. Just kind of look at the numbers and figure out what you have to do. So to calculate gross profit, we have to calculate cost of goods sold. And then first sales, actually sales. So sales are going to be calculated as quantity of units sold, which is 17,000, times price, how much we sold the units for. That's my price. This is the price. Okay, so I'm going to do 17,000 times 20. That's going to be my sales. Then we have to calculate cost of goods sold to subtract from that to find gross profit. So based on FIFO, I'm going to sell my old units first, which is 5,000 units times old cost per unit 12. That's going to be one portion. Then I'm going to do the rest of the units from the new production. So total I sell 17,000 minus 5,000. So I have 12,000 units sold from the new production. 12,000 units times new cost per unit, which is going to be 10. Remember when we said 10 plus 4 plus 2, that's 16. So 12,000 times 16, what's going to be? And then we subtract those cost elements from the sales, and that's going to be my gross profit. And this is what we have here, you see? Sales, 17,000 times 20, the price, 340,000. Then old inventory, 5,000 times 12, this number here, 60,000. New inventory, 12, that we 12,000. We calculated at 17,000 minus 5,000, okay, times new cost of production per unit, 192. Cost of goods sold has these two components, old production, new production, which is going to be 252,000. And then gross profit, sales minus cost of goods sold, that's my gross profit. And then we have to calculate ending inventory. Now let's see how many units we produced this period. We produced 15,000 units, okay? How many of those we sold of the new production? Well, it's over here, it's 12,000. This is what we sold from the new production. So what's the difference here? Well, we have how much we produced, 15,000 minus 12,000. So I have left over 3,000 units at a new cost of production, which is $16 per unit. So that's my, you see, 3,000 times 16, 48,000. You can also use the other formula that you have in your PowerPoint, but I think this is more intuitive. I'm going to assign a few more problems on this subject for you to work through. And then I'm going to work on the new recording on the cash budget.